Hello viewers, welcome to our channel J1 School. Today our topic is 10th class physics, first chapter heat. First of all, heat is a form of energy or flow of energy. CJS unit of heat is calories and SI unit of heat is joules. 1 calorie equals to 4.186 joules approximately. Okay. Temperature, and temperature is degree of hotness or coldness. SI unit of temperature is Kelvin and CJS unit of temperature is degree Celsius. 0 degree Celsius equals to 273 Kelvin. Okay. Heat always transfers from hotter body to colder body. For example, we can do an experiment. Take two iron pieces and wooden pieces. Keep it them fridge up to 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, take them out. When we keep materials in fridge, they become cold. That is, they lost heat energy. The iron wooden pieces were kept in the fridge for the same period of time, but we feel that metal piece is colder than the wooden piece. When we touch the metal or wooden piece, we feel that they are cold. This means that heat energy is being transferred from our finger to the pieces. When we remove our finger, we do not get a feeling of coldness. This means that when heat energy flows out from our body, we get the feeling of coldness. And when heat energy enters our body, we get feeling of hotness. We can test it by bringing our finger near to the flame of candle. Okay. By this experiment, we can conclude that heat always transfers from hotter body to colder body. Next, thermal equilibrium. Thermal equilibrium means when two bodies are placed in the thermal contact, heat will be transferred from the hotter body to the colder body. This transfer of heat energy continues till both bodies attain the same degree of hotness or coldness. At this stage, we say that the bodies have achieved thermal equilibrium. Thus, the state of thermal equilibrium denotes a state of a body where it neither receives nor gives out heat energy. If we are not feeling either heat or cold in our surroundings, then our body is said to be thermal equilibrium with the surrounding atmosphere. Similarly, the furniture in the room in thermal equilibrium with air in the room, so we can say that the furniture and the air room are at the same temperature. And next, we know that thermal temperature is directly proportional to kinetic energy. For example, two bowls. Take two bowls. Pour 80 grams of water in two bowls. Heat one bowl, another one don't heat the bowl. And sprinkle food color in the two bowls. We can observe that which we heated the bowl, the food color will travels in the bowl. Another bowl, the food color don't travels. Will settle at one place. Okay. By this experiment, we can conclude that temperature is directly proportional to kinetic energy. Next, specific heat. Specific heat means the rate of rise in temperature depends upon the nature of the substance. For example, for the specific heat, take a large jar with water and heat it up to 80 degrees. Take two identical boiling test tubes with single-hole crocks. One of them filled with 50 grams of water and other with 50 grams of oil. Both at room temperature. Insert two thermometers through holes of the crocks, one each into two test tubes. Now clamp them to retort stand and place them in a jar of hot water. Okay. Next step. We believe that the same amount of heat supplied to water and oil because they are kept in the jar of hot water for the same interval of time. We can conclude that the rate of rise in temperature depends upon the nature of the substance. Okay. High specific heat object gains or loses heat energy quickly. Low specific heat object gains or loses specific heat slowly. Okay. I will repeat once. High specific heat object gains or loses heat energy quickly. Low specific heat object gains or loses energy slowly. Next, applications of specific heat energy. The sun delivers a large amount of energy to the earth daily. The water sources on the earth, particularly the oceans, absorb this energy for maintaining the relatively constant temperature. The oceans behave like heat stores houses for the earth. They can absorb large amount of heat at the time of equator without appreciable rise in temperature due to the specific heat of water. Therefore, ocean moderate the surrounding temperature near the equator. Ocean water transports the heat away from the equator to the areas closer to the north and south poles. This transported heat helps in moderate the climate in parts of the earth that are far from the equator. For example, next, watermelon brought out from the refrigerator retains its coldness for a longer time than any other food because it contains a large percent of water. We know that water has greater specific heat. A samosa appears to be cool outside but it hot when we eat because curry inside samosa contains ingredients with higher specific heat. Next. Next. Okay. Condensation. Condensation. The water vapor present in the air will condense due to the cool surface of the object forming liquid. Next. Liquid to gas, evaporation, solid to liquid, melting, liquid to solid, solidification, gas to liquid, condensation, gases to liquid, deposition, and next, liquid to solid is freezing. Okay, and next, condensation, differences between condensation and boiling. Boiling. The process of converting liquid to gas occurs at fixed temperature. Take place throughout the liquid. Bubbles are formed in the liquid. Temperature remains constant. Thermal energy was supplied one energy source. It is a layered process. Okay. Next, evaporation occurs at any temperature. Take place only on the surface. Slower process. Bubbles are not formed. Temperature may change. Thermal energy was supplied by the surface area. Next. Next. Melting. Take small ice cubes in a beaker. Insert the thermometer in the ice cubes into the beaker. Observe the reading of the thermometer. Now stop heating the beaker, keeping it on burner. Observe the changes in the thermometer reading every 1 minute till the ice completely melts and gets converted into water. We will observe that the temperature of ice at the beginning is equal to or below 0 degrees Celsius. If temperature of ice is below 0 degrees Celsius, it goes on changing till reaches 0 degrees Celsius. When ice start melting, we will notice no change in temperature through we are supplying heat continuously. The heat energy supplied to the ice increase the interval of energy of molecules of the ice. The increase in internal energy of molecules weakness the bonds as well as beakers the bond between the molecules H2O or that means water in the ice. That is why ice in solid phase become water in liquid phase. This process takes place at a constant temperature 0 degrees Celsius or 270 degree Kelvin. The temperature is called melting point. This process is converting solid into liquid. Is called melting. Okay. Next, condensation. We know that temperature of surrounding air is higher than the temperature of cold water. Air contains water molecules in the form of vapor. When molecules of water in air during their motion strike the surface of the glass tumbler, which is cool, they lose their kinetic energy, which lowers the temperature and they convert it into droplet. This energy lost by the water molecules in the air is gained by the molecules of glass tumbler. Hence, the average kinetic of the glass molecules increase. In the turn, the energy is transferred from glass molecules to the water molecules in the glass. In this way, the average kinetic energy of water molecules in the tumbler rises when we conclude that the temperature of water in the glass, this process is called condensation. It is warming process. It is warming process. Next, humidity. Some vapor is always present in the air. This vapor may come from evaporation of water from the surface of rivers, lakes, ponds, and from the drying of wet cloths, sweat, and so on. The pressure of vapor molecules in the air is said to be make the atmosphere humid. The amount of water vapor present in air is called humidity. Next, dew and fog. Next, dew and fog. In early morning during winter, we might have noticed that water droplets from on our window panes, flowers, etc. During winter nights, the atmospheric temperature goes down. The surface of window panes, flowers, grass, etc. becomes still colder. The air near them becomes saturated with vapor and condensation begins. That the water droplets condensed on the surface are known as dew. If the temperature falls further, the whole atmosphere in the region contains a large amount of vapor. So the water molecules present in vapor condense on the dust particles in the air and forms a droplets of water. These droplets keep floating in the air and form a thick mist which restricts visibility. This is thick mist is called fog. Okay. Next, freezing. We might have observed coconut oil and ghee getting converted from liquid state to solid state during winter season. We know that water that is kept in a refrigerator converts to solid ice. We may know that initial temperature of water is more compared to the temperature of ice. It means that during the process of conversion from liquid to solid, the internal energy of water decreases so that it becomes solid ice. The process is called freezing. Freezing process is converting liquid to solid. Okay, the lesson is completed. I hope you are understand this lesson. Please like, share and subscribe. Stay home, stay safe.